Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ISO GOAT here, back again for another quick video. Let me start this by saying I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I have financial experience whatsoever. Do not invest in anything solely based off my opinions or anything that I say in this video until you've done your own due diligence and your own research first. Never throw in more money than you're willing to lose, and also make sure you have a firm understanding of crypto before throwing in any kind of money. So I just want to say happy MLK Day. I have a couple things, quick updates, a lot of screenshots, lots of documents, so I'm not going to go into detail on all these. They are all posted on my page. You can take the time to look at them whenever you get the time. First thing, this is Ukraine Bank Mole's blockchain implementation after stellar pilot run. Implementation, utilization, that's all going to be key in the future. There are, in my opinion, that are going to be monsters. XRP and XLM, they will be the liquidity tokens. Obviously, XDC has trade finance, Algorand with some of their partnerships as well. There's other major players that will be important in the future as well. And I think that they will be very interoperable in regards to this. Interoperability is definitely going to be key with this new financial system that is coming out. Next thing, shout out to Mr. Huber. Sullivan & Cromwell was FTX's and SBF's principal law firm during the fraud during and after the bankruptcy. Senators even raised concerns about conflicts of interest because Sullivan & Cromwell made the contacts with regulators. Jay Clayton was, sorry, there's more to the thread, but very interesting. Obviously, same attorney. Like I said, very interesting. I don't know if there's any correlation whatsoever, but just wanted to bring that to you guys. You can check out the thread. It's on my page by Mr. Huber. Apparently they're flying over my house right now, so not quite sure what's going on there. Gold Telegraph. Shout out to Gold Telegraph, my apologies. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says that the United States will reach its debt limit next Thursday and will take certain measures to prevent the USA from defaulting on its obligations. Over $31 trillion in debt, and we are now hearing the word default. Again, tragic comedy. This is very interesting. Like I said, they can't keep kicking the can down the road. At some point, they're going to have to pay up for their transgressions and some of the things that they have done. And there's going to be some repercussions, some after effects as well. Obviously, problem, reaction, solution, I think that will come very quickly. I don't think we're at that point quite yet, but we shall see. And as I've mentioned before in a prior video, debt can actually be tokenized as well. And I'm thinking potentially on the XRPL, just based off documentation that I've seen. So 330, I think 331 is the current debt globally, so even if you take a percentage of that, there goes that price. But that's just my thoughts in regards to that. Next thing, also shout out to Gold Telegraph. Breaking news, London Metal Exchange trading data briefly showed a 77% drop in the global benchmark price for copper after its system glitched. You can't make this stuff up. I think there might be a currency revaluation as well coming in the future. I know the dollar right now is pretty much on its last leg, however you want to look at it. But I think that will change in the future. Right now, we are a debt-based society, and we will be going back to a asset-backed, in my opinion. So this is just my thoughts, just based on some of the things I'm seeing in the news, with Russia, different countries and everything. So just something to be on the lookout for. I think the world is going to change. I don't know how quickly that's going to change, but like I said, they are pretty much laying the groundwork right now for that. Next thing, this is on Wells Fargo's page. It talks about ISO 20022 XML transition. I'm not going to read this entire excerpt. I'm just going to take a small portion from it. So real-time payment networks such as the Clearinghouse RTP network are high-value payment systems in more than 70 countries already use the ISO 20022 MX format. By 2025, MX will be the global standard for financial messaging, replacing proprietary formats used by payment systems. Ooh, I love that word payment. Whenever I see payment, that's just me. Such as SWIFT, CHIPS, and FedWire funds. This is also posted on my page. This was sent to me from someone in the XRP community. Definitely appreciate it. Can't remember who it was, but yeah, we go through a lot of documents throughout the day. Next thing, this is also on Wells Fargo's page. It basically gives like a excerpt. It's like a chart. It shows like the message type, transition plan, when they plan on implementing, etc. Then it says, starting in March 2023, customers can send most payment messages to us in either MT or MX format. We've talked about that, Eurozone and everything, delaying, pushing back to March timeframe. SWIFT also doing the same thing. Like I said, I'm not saying price appreciation is going to happen at that point, but this is just something that, I think is going to be important in the near future, and it's one of the key things that we need. Obviously, we need resolution of the lawsuit as well. And it hasn't rolled out for mass adoption yet, but once it does come, I don't think we're going to have the same opportunities we have today. These are just my thoughts in regards to certain utility assets. Next thing, shout out to Tony Valentino. We are in the perceived start of the XRP utility bull run. Regulation will come and hit the crypto world hard like a brick. It will crash XRP back to the 22-cent range. Place your buy orders now. Do not get caught out. Play it cool, then the Phoenix will rise. Okay, I don't know about the whole 22-cent aspect. That I don't know, but the market is bleeding, or at least it was bleeding in the past couple of weeks. It kind of went up a little bit, I guess. But, just as a thought, when regulations do come, it's going to be a whole different ball game, okay? Some of the things we are seeing right now will not be happening once the utility has kicked in. These are just my thoughts. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You do your own research as well on top of that. Just make sure that you make an informed decision. That's all I'm going to say, okay? I've done that one already. Shout out to Blood of Crypto for this tweet. I just thought it was interesting, so I just figured I'd share it with you guys. I hate working for other people. I hate being paid less than what I'm worth. I hate receiving income and struggling to pay my bills. This is why I invested in XRP. I invested in my future, my bloodline, my financial freedom. I agree. I do think that, once everything is said and done, like I said, it won't be the same opportunities that we have today. And that's a lot of different utility aspects. There's other assets also that have utility. So just something to keep in mind. There's a lot of pump and dumps out there. Just be wary and make sure you do your own research as well. This next thing, this is actually from Digital Asset Investor. He posted the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission calendar for Gary Gensler. And it is interesting because after July 31st, we don't have any of his public calendar. This is supposed to be public knowledge for everybody to be able to see. Why is that not out there? Questions that need answers. So that's posted on my page as well. And you can also go to their website. They'll show it. Next thing, I thought I talked about this already. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Ripple partner BNY Mellon, shout out to XRP Crypto Wolf, my apologies. Ripple partner BNY Mellon Bank sees digital assets as its longest term play. The bank is committed to adapting to new technological developments, okay? Blockchain and this technology is here to stay. BNY Mellon is actually one of the oldest banks, and obviously they're pro-crypto, it seems, so... like I said, I think once it becomes mainstream and people start seeing it in the news and things like that, at that point, I think it'll be too late in regards to the gains aspect, but this is just my thoughts. So that's definitely very interesting from XRP Crypto Wolf. Next thing, this is an article from the United States Government Accountability Office. It talks about blockchain, emerging technologies, and how it offers benefits for some of the applications and some of the issues that it faces. I'm not going to go too far into that. That's posted on my page once again. This one is from World Economic Forum, The Future of Financial Infrastructure. This is from August 2016. An ambition look at how blockchain can help reshape financial services. So there's basically a chart. I'm not going to go through all this. It's not too lengthy of an article, but there's a chart that shows... Here we go. This analysis was based on over 12 months of research, engaging industry leaders and subject matters experts through interviews and multi-stakeholder workshops. And then it has some companies that are listed that actually conducted interviews and solicited input from subject matter experts. They were considered the experts, I guess. So Ripple's actually in here. They have Bitso. They have Stellar is in here as well. Some of these names you're going to start seeing more often in regards to like partnerships. Obviously, if they have utility, they have to establish some partners, a network, etc. So I think that this is just the beginning. Next thing, this article is from Blockchain in California, a roadmap from the Blockchain Working Group. I'm just going to read this excerpt. Blockchain technology has been used, this is also posted on my page, with considerable innovation for international remittances. Blockchain is a promising technology to facilitate cheaper and more efficient cross-border transactions. Ooh la la. Because it eliminates intermediaries, most of whom take a cut out of every cross-border payment. Companies like Ripple are creating blockchain-based alternatives to current remittance technologies and have piloted their technologies with money transfer companies such as Western Union and MoneyGram. Utility's gonna matter. Next article. This is from mobileconnect.io. Let me see, did I screenshot? Oh, here we go. Distributed ledger technology, blockchains, and identity is the name of the article. This is also posted on my page as well. They basically give some examples of permissioned ledgers, shows public permission, then it gives examples. Obviously, Ripple's listed in there. There's just some charts, some excerpts, very interesting information. Some of it might be redundant, just as a heads up. So if you want to check that out, cool, all power to you. This is also from the same article, if I'm not mistaken. Global themes to watch and companies involved. So it talks about theme number 21, pursuing the unbanked and underbanked opportunity. And it has Ripple listed. Theme number 22, fintech is local/regional. Ripple is also listed on here. Let me see if there's anyone else. No, I don't see anybody. These are banks, Cash App, Greenlight, MoneyGram. So, we're starting to see the name out there more often. I'm going to skip that for now. This is from Credit Suisse. I'm not going to go too far into it. Payments processors and fintech. And then it talks about cross-border B2B payments are an actual pain point. And then obviously Ripple was mentioned. I'm just going to read this small excerpt from this chart. 300 financial institutions using platform RippleNet, which is probably more now because this is an older article, just as a heads up, 2021. Which provides an option to use XRP cryptocurrency. I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, Ripple does this, but XRP, you don't ever see XRP anywhere. You have to look. It's not always going to be notated for you. You have to do some deductive reasoning so that way you can infer whether or not they have access to using XRP or not. Some of them will say straight up, hey, XRP, the cryptocurrency, like this is an example. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Alan. Alan, you are a serious researcher in regards to this, and I owe you a drink. So kudos to him. He brought most of this information just as a heads up, and you need to start your own channel too. Stop playing. Anyways, next thing, this is also from ResBank. I'm just going to read this excerpt. I'm just taking small excerpts. I'm not going to read the whole thing. A lot of these articles are a little bit longer. Some like 40 pages, 20 pages. Some are shorter, like 12, but just as a heads up. Mercury tested the regulatory treatment as well as the associated regulatory reporting implications and obligations of crypto assets, specifically XRP. This is in parentheses. More XRP utility. Article continues. Being used for effective, low-value cross-border remittances between South Africa and the United Kingdom and vice versa, subject to certain limits prescribed by the relevant authorities. Not going to go too far into that. Like I said, that's a chart. This is another chart. I'm going to skip that for now. This is from... Did I take the article? I did not. This is on my page as well. I'm just taking this excerpt from it. Here we go. Payments across currencies are facilitated by the network's built-in order book and matching engine, which will ensure that two or more trades between accounts are completely atomically. Yes, my apologies. This is very small writing. All right. Its commercial cross-border payment solutions have evolved to predominantly make use of the interledger protocol. For cross-currency transactions, the RCL and specifically, XRP, are positioned as mechanisms for providing a frictionless, neutral digital asset that can be used as a bridge currency. Bridge currency. The article continues. For cross-border payments, especially between lesser traded currencies. This is why they are positioning themselves to be a bridge currency. You're going to need something in the middle to bridge all the currencies of the world, okay? Something that is trustless, something that is fast, something that is scalable, something that is cheap. I don't know how it's not clicking sometimes, but hey, next thing. Shout out to XRP Crypto Wolf. FTX has located $5 billion in cash, liquid cryptocurrency, and liquid investment securities. I'm not going to go too far into that. Whose money that is? I don't know, but we'll find out, I'm sure. Next thing, this is this is actually just a funny chart that I came across that was sent to me in a group that I'm in. It says, it's from Jim Cramer, by the way, so take it with a grain of salt. Good chance again to get out of crypto and scale out of Chinese stocks as neither can be trusted. Right after that tweet, literally, in a span of months, everything just continued to go up and like parabolic. So I think that's kind of funny. Obviously, there's a reverse index for him, so like I said, do your own research, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Next thing. Shout out to XRP Crypto Wolf once again. Voting on Flare proposal for XRP holders will start in 1 week. That's for all the Flare holders out there. Next thing. That was just a joke. We'll skip that. This article is called Blockchain-Based Elections Architecture. Blockchain-Based Election Architecture Using XRPL. It's a kind of a lengthy doc. I'm not going to go too far into it, but it has Ripple and XRP specifically notated in it. So if you want to look through it, see how it works, etc., you can. Next article, proposal of an economy of things architecture and an approach comparing cryptocurrencies. Obviously, they're comparing cryptocurrencies, so there's certain ones that are mentioned by name. I'm just reading this one sentence to you guys. You can look at the article yourself. Like I said, it's all posted on my page. Here we go. The approach was conceived for device-to-device interaction, allowing the comparison between multiple cryptocurrencies with the potential to impact the current business models. Therefore, These cryptocurrencies were chosen to allow the experiments. IOTA was released to be the main IoT protocol. Ripple aimed to change the way in which we send assets around the world. And Ethereum introduced smart contracts through blockchain. Talks about utility, what some of these different projects do, etc. Not gonna get too far into that. It's redundant probably at this point. Next thing, potential use cases of cryptocurrencies by post. This is from Universal Postal Union. They have some diagrams, very vibrant diagrams, and I think they're very interesting. But I'm just gonna read this certain portion next to this chart. As shown in Figure 1, below, a beneficiary, person B, receives cryptocurrency. We use Ripple XRP as an example, from person A nearly instantaneously. Person B then goes to the nearest post office where he or she is given local fiat currency as a spot rate in cash or as a transfer to their post bank account. This reduces transaction time. That's what we always harp on, and cost, also something else we harp on. Through the use of cryptocurrency where transfers through the XRP network are near instantaneous. Do I need to say any more? I'll continue. All right, I'm gonna skip that chart. That chart's on my page, you can look at it. Next thing, how digital systems will transform the future of money and development. I'm just going to take a small section. This talks about reduced transaction costs, accountability, things like that in regards to these networks. I'm not going to read this whole thing to you guys because you guys can read. Decentralized digital interbank settlement systems such as Ripple and Corda also reduce the cost of existing financial infrastructure. In principle, the interoperability and low transaction fees available through use of these platforms should allow banks to reduce compliance budgets and lower the cost of services for consumers. Utility is going to be key in the future. And then shout out to the gentleman in the group that posted this book. The future is faster than you think. And there's just a short excerpt. Consider R3 and Ripple. This is straight from the book. Two examples of developing world disruptions. Consider R3 and Ripple, two examples of developing world disruption impacting developed world businesses. In both cases, these companies are using blockchains to replace the SWIFT network, the standard protocol overseeing international banking transactions. I think Ripple's here to make a, quote, dent in the universe, and I don't think that they're going to go away. There's way too many roads leading towards Ripple, in my opinion. Like I said, just my thoughts. You know, I look at these documents. There's other people that also look at these same documents as well and have the same impression that I'm getting as well. I'm going to skip this one. What is this? So this is from Central Bank Digital Currencies, a practical guide for Arab central banks. It's 70 pages. It's kind of lengthy, I guess, if you don't have too much time. But it talks about different examples of cryptocurrencies on public DLT. And then one of the examples they used, one of the first cryptocurrencies designed primarily for payments was Ripple's XRP. Payments, brand new payment system, brand new financial system. Got to be able to connect the dots, people. Connect the dots. All right. This is from I think this was a magazine article, if I'm not mistaken. Ripple and the Trade Finance Revolution. They actually mentioned them by name in here. I'm not going to go too far into that. Talks about on-demand liquidity. Here we go. Participation with Ripple is what makes us different. Our solutions are based on our membership of Ripple's ecosystem. Using the on-demand liquidity capabilities of RippleNet, our clients are able to switch into and out of their own currencies using Ripple's XRP cryptocurrency as the underlying digital asset. I'm not even going to read anymore. That's got me bullish right there. All right, next thing. Skip that. Shout out to Black Swan Capitalists for this post. There's a reason Ripple doesn't challenge the traditional banking system. They're working with them. This would explain its worldwide institutional adoption and unique solution for the banks. XRP is already positioned to serve the global economy. It's just a matter of time. I agree wholeheartedly. However, throughout 2023, we're going to see a renewed shift in financial markets away from highly speculative assets, such as Bitcoin. Yes, speculative. And a mainstream approach towards long-term solutions that solve real problems and meet consumer needs. Hashtag XRP. This is what I keep trying to tell you guys, okay? Utility is going to matter in the future, okay? So these people that want to jump in and out of pump and dumps, cool, all power to you, but I'm focusing on utility and use case. There's over 21,000, probably 22 plus thousand at this point, different digital assets. I think certain cream of the crop are going to rise to the top. You know, obviously the ones that have a use case and they solve a problem, because that's where the value is going to come from. Just my thoughts in regards to that. I'll continue. Next article, cryptocurrencies and blockchain. This is from World Bank Group. Definitely shout out to Alan again for a lot of this. Kudos, my brother. Kudos. I'm not going to go too far into this. Well, I guess I can read this. An even more radical departure from proof of work is to grant the authority to maintain the blockchain to a limited number of, Jesus, this is small, pre-selected trusted participants. Ripple has taken the approach working with the commercial banks. Work with the banks, not against the banks. The banks usually don't lose. This is just my thoughts. I know a lot of people associate XRP as the, quote, banker's coin. Why would you not want to work with the banker's coin? Although it's not really a banker's coin. But just a thought. Banks never lose. That's the point I'm trying to make. Same article. This is actually from, I think it was Duke University. Duke Law and Technology Review. Recognizing Ripple as a convenient alternative to the traditional international payment system, over 200 financial institutions have joined RippleNet. It's higher than that, by the way. This is an older article. Payment companies and credit unions take advantage of XRP as a bridge currency. There, you see those words again. Bridge currency. Still not clicking? Okay, I'll continue. All right. And banks are beginning to use Ripple because it allows them to initiate payments without correspondent banking relationships. That should say enough. Mic drop. All right. I think that's pretty much. Oh no, a couple more things. Shout out to breaking market news. China confirms Liu He and U.S. Treasury Secretary Yellen will meet on January 18th in Zurich. All right, and then also, just in, George Soros and apparently Klaus Schwab have both pulled out of the 2023 World Economic Forum in Davos, which begins today till the 20th of January. This just reminds me, I saw an article the other day where there's like 5,000 troops or something on standby, or I don't know what they got going on, but I think it'll be a pretty interesting thing to see. But next thing, shout out to Joe Schmo. Guys, don't forget, tomorrow we go live with Kurt Moore as well as T's Crypto Spot. Shout out to that brother. You definitely don't want to miss this. So mark your calendars. I've posted this link on my page so that way you guys have it, and you can quickly hop on and listen to all the gems and news that they're going to drop. Next thing, shout out to Gold Telegraph. Breaking news. The Central Bank of Iran is reportedly cooperating with the Russian government to jointly issue a new stablecoin backed by gold. I won't even say anymore. Next thing, the future of money and payments. This is from the Department of the Treasury report. Shout out to, who was it that posted this? I'm trying to remember. Your name is slipping my mind right now. Lord have mercy. Larry, my bad. I don't know why that slipped my mind. My apologies, Larry. So shout out to Larry for this information. It's definitely a very interesting read. It's posted in our group. I'm not going to go too far into it, but it's definitely an article you guys might want to check out. It's 56 pages, so it's a little bit lengthy, just as a heads up, but definitely take the time to look at it. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm just going to stop there. This is just some updates. Like I said, take the time, check out my page. I definitely post these articles as well, you know, whenever they're sent to me. Shout out to the XRP community, especially our group. And thanks so much. I hope y'all enjoy your Monday. And like, comment, subscribe, share this with someone you love. ISO Gold out. Catch y'all in another video.